Now, going over to the Culture part of the podcast, you have Bud Light Fantasy Playoff Suite gets a mere 83 likes, which, not to brag, but a couple months ago, I did get a video, one of my videos got 100 likes, which I know public schools are all-time low for, math, science, history, ACT score at third year low, yet the teachers' unions say they deserve more money. But 100 is greater than 83, also known as bigger than. Now, Bud Light, they didn't do much in terms of work here. They just did a simple tweet. They said, quote, "If you didn't make the fantasy playoffs, we're here for you," unquote. Which I guess implies if you're not a winner, you could at least get highly inebriated and drink Bud Light, which, again, would be a great example of how you could be, well, no, that would just reinforce this not being a winner if you're to just sit around and drink Bud Light. I don't know how that would soothe your pain, because then not only would you have the pain of being not a winner, also known as loser, but you'd also have the taste of Bud Light in your mouth, which I don't know anyone who's soberly said, "Oh yeah, that's a great idea. I think I'll have a Bud Light." I've never heard anyone enthusiastically say that. I've had people say it half-heartedly, like if you're at a restaurant and they're broke or hard times, they just want cheap beer, then they'll say it. But even then, you could hear in the tone of their voice that it's a dark time in their life and they're just dead inside at that moment. Now, going to the actual tweet, it looks like that got, again, about 17,000 views and a mere 83 likes. And they had 8 people retweet it, which is also known as terrible on social media. Now, going to the comments, and of course, Bud Light, they censored a couple. Now, the first comment appears to maybe be real. John B says, "Bud Light has my back." And it's a GIF, or as the youth might say, a GIF of 2 Bud Light cans cheersing or clicking each other, and it says cheers. Which, again, they're a huge multinational conglomerate. If you own stock in that company and they pay a dividend, then I would argue they have your back in a way. Although they haven't really been doing what's best for the shareholders. So in that case, they're really not doing that. So they really don't have your back, because if you're a shareholder, they've lost billions of dollars in value. And they've lost hundreds of millions of dollars in sales compared to the same period last year, thanks to Bud Light shooting themselves in the foot, perhaps more detrimental in terms of their marketing campaign than Ron DeSantis shooting himself in the high-heeled boot. Both business blunders of the years, to say the least, or political blunder as well. So I don't know why this person thinks Bud Light has his back. Maybe he works there? We look at Mr. John B's profile. He did join in September 2011. He has 124 followers. Creepy painting as a profile picture. Let me see here. And looks like he is very much... A lot of his posts hate Republicans and talk about... What's that silly game the kids play? The Wordle? So, hates Republicans and likes Wordle. So, I guess this is a real person. Might be mentally vacuous to say the least. But he hates Elon Musk. Okay, so again, maybe this is the new Bud Light profile, the new Bud Light client, where it used to be, everyone, both people on the left, people light, people in the middle, and now, thanks to them sponsoring quote-unquote all-age drag shows, which there's no such thing, just as there's no such thing as a all-ages safe strip club. You would never take a child there either, because they're both sexual by nature. And perhaps this is a new target demographic. So this appears, doesn't appear to be a robot, so that appears to be one. Now, Bud Light responded to this individual saying always, which, I don't know, if they're always there for him, why didn't they like his tweet? No one liked Mr. John's tweet saying Bud Light has his back. So not even Bud Light said they had his back, they didn't like his comment? That's the very minimum thing you can do to support someone on the internet, just liking it. Which is a good reminder to like this video, as it helps the algorithm, help it share. Also, clicking subscribe would help my enunciation and fix my speaking ineptitudes, perhaps. I'm not a doctor, but worth trying out. So, Bud Light didn't even do the bare minimum to support this person. They didn't even like his comment giving them accolades. So, Bud Light says they supported him, but no. Now, someone by the name of Vamp, it looks like a vampire with this person has a vampire and a mask on their face. And this person says, quote, "So close, yet the fridge is so far," unquote. perhaps insinuating that he is disabled, or perhaps he's just too lazy to go a couple feet to go to the fridge to get Bud Light. Now, that being said, if the incentive is to go to the fridge to get Bud Light, I think most people would probably say, it's a Bud Light. It's actually more of a punishment than a privilege to drink it. So probably wouldn't make a special trip to go get it. Nevertheless, that person did get 1 like. And looking at this individual's profile, Mr. Vamp Eth, looks like he joined in 2019, has 500 followers, so it's not a profile that was created last night to make Bud Light look good or give him accolades. It looks like this individual is a mentally vacuous sweepstakes winner, or sweepstakes whore? Someone who just reposts every stupid thing on the Twitter when it comes to retweet this, and we're going to give a $100 gift card to one random a-hole who reposts this. So it looks like he is a serial sweepstakes reposter, so that's going to discount his intellect quite a bit. Someone by the name of Caleb Ryergan says, can't relate. That person got 4 likes, of course, because, Bud Light does not have your back. Bud Light responded to that person. They said, want a beer. They did get 1 like for that. I don't think he does want that beer. Let's see. So again, there are a couple. Bobby Brackets says, I need 4 cases. And Bud Light said, that bad, huh? But saying, Mr. Bobby Brackett joined 2016. He is a, quote, a Penn State graduate and a horrible gambler. That's his words, not mine. And he has 484 followers. And it looks like, again, a mentally vacuous person who just reposts, oh yeah, you could win a $100 gift card for this random company. Or you could win this. Again, a lot of reposting just for the sake of gift cards. Now, let's see here. Going down to the comments that actually get more than 1 or 2 likes, we get to the ones made by real people or people with a modicum of intelligence. Presumably that also means they're not drinking Bud Light at the moment. Someone by the name of Mick Quiggs Pig says, quote, I have a fantasy of dressing like a woman and scoring a paid advertising deal with Bud Light, even though I'm a dude, unquote. They got 16 likes and, of course, is in reference to the business blunder of the century of Bud Light hiring Dylan Mulvaney for $185,000. Again, who was a biological man dressing up as a woman. And they put Dylan's face in the can, and they shot themselves in the foot, and their sales have not recovered since. They got 16 likes. Let's see here. Someone by the name of Cole Bartek says, quote, are you here for us when we submit our entry to the hashtag easy carry contest and then never heard from again, unquote, getting 4 likes, which I can't imagine Bud Light is easy to carry. Lord, truth be told, I haven't actually picked up one of those bottles in years. I would only suppose very similar to some type of radioactive material. If you're to pick up the bottle, your fingertips, they might, I don't know if they would melt out as if you're touching acid, but there would probably be some visceral pain. Heaven forbid you actually consume the product or get something on your lips or on your tongue. Lord knows what that might do to your taste buds. Now, someone by the name of Wook says, quote, I will still never drink your beer again. The lack of apology is pathetic. I don't have one friend who will ever drink it again either. Dana White can't redeem your failures, apologize, and change course, unquote. And I got 13 likes. Someone by the name of Tom Ferry says, quote, the boycott is still on, unquote, getting 2 likes. It's Snakes AC sent me, says, quote, or it's actually a picture of Riley Gaines. It says, quote, hashtag stand with Riley, stand with Riley Gaines, unquote. The person got 25 likes. Riley Gaines is a famous collegiate athlete who had her opportunities stolen from her by a biological man who was actually competing in the women's teams and, of course, crushing all the subsequent records. And they gave that person a bunch of awards and accolades. They told Riley, no, yeah, you just accept this biological man changing in front of you in the team, in the women's locker room. And yet that person got millions of dollars in endorsements and awards. Fascinating to see what people are supporting these days. Again, they got 25 likes. Ryan, GS is Catholic, says, quote, Dylan was the first in the fantasy playoffs. Am I right? Unquote. Got 3 likes. John Jones says, quote, will Dylan Mulvaney get any beer? Oh, y'all already sent it. No? Unquote. They got 8 likes. K. Toby says, quote, Would rather die of thirst. Go woke, go broke, unquote. 9 likes. Jonald the Abhorrent says, quote, all y'all have to do is apologize sincerely. You'll make boatloads, unquote. I got 5 likes. And I do agree. They would I don't know if they would get the 30% of sales that they've lost week over week, but they would probably recover double digits. I think if they would actually come out as a sincere apology, recognize what they did, and say, oh yeah, we'll also no longer sponsor and advocate for child drag shows, I think that would help them. But again, I also don't think that will ever happen because they're so far down the road. Let's see here. Steve Davis says, quote, you still didn't make our fantasy profits. I stay away from you, unquote. Got 5 likes. Jesse has a meme or a little picture compilation where you have 2 pictures. One is a picture of Dylan Mulvaney, again, the biological man dressed up in a dress. And the font says, quote, pretends to be a woman. And subsequently next to that picture is a picture of Bud Light. And the little font says, pretends to be a beer, unquote. They got 35 likes and looks like to be the most popular response by quite a bit. And now the most shocking thing about this post is there's not more censorship. As I'm scrolling more and more and more, I'm not seeing a lot of people giving accolades or actually being positive towards Bud Light. Again, we looked at the 2 to 3 that were positive or at least neutral, and we went to their profiles. They're just people who are already reposting for pretty much any major brand. There really wasn't much consistency or mental capacity. They're just reposting because they might win something for free, which again, Bud Light is notorious for, as they've been desperately trying to buy back their previous customer bases. So it'll be interesting to see if Bud Light actually addresses the 500-pound elephant in the room, or more accurately, the 89-pound Dylan Mulvaney in the room, or they just stick to the course and accept the fact that they're not going to get that 30% of their sales back that they've lost so brilliantly. But, as I always say, time shall tell. Thank you again, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of December, so if you click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a comment is a great way to give me some feedback and let me know how I can make the channel better and better and better. And I do apologize if there's a delay with my work schedule. I do try to read it and get back to all the comments in due time. Also, lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.